I've done enough somatic work to kind of be okay in my internal space. And I'm quite attuned to the internal sensations in my body and being able to go there. But I think it allowed me to go deeper than I've ever gone before. And I mean, even today, even this morning, doing a whole other process and touching on something that I feel like I've touched on before, but feeling it at a whole new level.
Imagine discovering a pathway that cuts through the noise of trying to heal, to instead offer you a clear, revolutionary initiation into your most connected, abundant, loved, and purpose-filled self. A place where your dreams transform into personal reality. I'm Allura Halliwell, founder of the Consciousness Method, and it's with deep gratitude that I connect with beautiful souls who have already experienced this transformative method firsthand. They'll share how it has profoundly changed their lives and led them into inner truth. Hello, Steph. How are you? I'm so excited to have you on the Consciousness Method podcast. This is going to be a great conversation.
Thanks, Allura. Yeah, I'm excited to be here as well. Little daunted, but very excited.
It's a big chat, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, it's my first podcast ever, so it's all new, but I like it.
The first of many. You are a Spinal Energetics practitioner as well, and we're going to speak into that journey because I think you're about to go on a lot of podcasts with the work that you're bringing through. But where I'd love to focus to begin is, how was life? How were you feeling as you came into this work and into the Consciousness Method world?
My life was very much feeling like I was on the precipice of change, but having the darndest time getting out of my own way to do it. And so I had qualified as a spinal energetics practitioner over a year ago. And I knew I wanted to transition my practice from massage to spinal energetics. And yet there were so many things getting in the way, and not only in my workspace, but in so many other life spaces. And I remember sitting at the beginning of this year with my husband, Morgan, saying, I don't know how to get myself out of my own way to do this, to just live the life I want to live, to do the things I want to do. And so the way that I found this work was actually quite interesting, because I was being invited to go to another women's retreat, which I'd been meaning to go to for years, but never really made the time or made the commitment to go. And I was going to go. And then I just suddenly went, you know what? No, there's nothing new for me there. It's not going to stretch me. It's things that I know already. It'll be a lovely weekend, but there's something else for me right now. And literally the day after I said no to that experience, the invitation to come to your retreat in March popped into my inbox. And I looked at it and went, oh, I think there's something here. This might be what I need.
That is so good. You could feel something, right?
Like I could feel something.
Yeah.
Right away. And I looked at it and I thought, the retreat will be wonderful. And I'm saying yes to the retreat, but I knew that there was more than just the retreat. So I did start to explore the concept of mentorship fairly early on, because I knew that I would probably be wanting more anyway.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, and that was the best, to have you at retreat and then go straight into... Oh, do we start mentorship a little bit?
We started a little beforehand. And so I had some of the languaging around it before going to retreat, which I found helpful. I kind of had my toe or my whole foot in the water by that stage. So
that's so true, because it's almost like learning another language on some level, but then on another level, it's so innate. And I think I'd love to ask you about that, because you've, processed so beautifully through so many places that we've kind of brought up for illumination and revelation. How do you find the process of, I suppose, the combination of kind of like isolating these things we need to work on, and then the reflection, and then going deep into them with the journey of the processes in the mentorship?
I find having the tools from the first few modules of the conscious mentorship, having those tools to fall back on are I'm actually really loving them because I can actually self-process now quite a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But and so I automatically, if something arises, if I feel a trigger, I do try and take myself through those initial processes to see how far I can get on my own. But then to have the ability to go, okay, I'm stuck, or I'm just feel like I'm now looping and I could go any which way from here. I'm not really sure which trail of breadcrumbs to follow, to be able to bring that into a call and just say where to from here and have something reflected back as the nugget to, to go to is really useful, is really beneficial. Yeah.
So can we dive into some of those big pieces you've done? Because you've been amazing. Like you've done so much, to be honest, in such a short period of time. What would you say are some of the bigger pieces that you've looked at?
I think the biggest piece for me has been around the workspace and being able to trust to make the transition away from massage. And the way that I found that I had to go about that, I don't think I could have done that on my own, whereby I got to a point where I realized I couldn't just phase across. I had to really drop everything that I was doing, how I was doing things in order to create myself anew. So that was massive because so many things, so much fear arose, so many stories about why I couldn't do it. Yeah, and they still arise, but I see them as it's a story or illusion rather than the truth. But yeah, that has definitely been the biggest piece, and it's ongoing. You know, every day I'm stretching myself a little further with that one, and it's bringing up so many areas that I can stretch myself into because it really is exposing myself in the world in a whole new way than I ever had before. Yeah.
And I think that's so beautiful to like deepen into that space where you've wanted to do something, right? And you've known that that was what you've been called to do, like purpose and soul resonance is being 100% there. But it's almost like these chains and ties just hold you in stasis, like the fear to move out of what is known and familiar. It just rises in us and we go, hold on a minute, it's not safe to go there. And I think you pulled so many beautiful threads, like you did so many kind of layers, and sometimes those layers don't even feel directly connected. They're quite unique how it's like, oh wow, there's a piece about this that I didn't even know was under that construct. Do you remember specifically some of those core pieces that you did to have to pull the strings to come into that?
I think there's definitely been things around stepping away from the status quo way of doing things. So the whole concept of stepping fully into the woo-woo is a big piece. Allowing myself to go into something more unconventional and being willing to speak that into the world as well, being able to tell people, voicing what I'm doing to my family or to my friends or trying to explain it to people who have no concept of what I might be doing was a big piece. Another piece that's come up is around appearance and my physical expression in the world, and knowing that part of, I suppose, bringing in new clientele and reaching out to the world and saying, I'm doing this offering is these days, it's such a visual way of doing that, you know, with social media or anything requires imagery. So, you know, stretching myself into those feelings of self-doubt around my appearance and how do I want to appear or come across became, rather than what I should appear as, but the true authenticity of saying, how do I want to present myself and what feels aligned for me? Was a beautiful piece that's happened recently as well. And I suppose concepts around money as well, and exchange of worth for financial gain, and so many limiting beliefs around that has been a big piece as well. And that's still an ongoing one that kind of arises regularly, but there's just a lot more consciousness around it.
Yeah, and I feel
Yeah.
for you, you went so deep into your family of origin work as well. So it wasn't just
Mm,
top level, like I need to stretch. You did the beautiful stretch in the creation aspect, but it was almost like you went and found, we went and kind of found the roots and you were exploring those and excavating those to see what was the foundation under a lot of these interpretations of reality, I suppose.
yeah.
How was that work for you to kind of, because I know with people like yourself that have done a lot of sort of deep investigative awareness work, but then going back and revisiting it from a new angle, how did you find that?
It was just coming to it from a different perspective and a different layer. So I think I've always had a conceptual understanding of how my family of origin has kind of led to some of my way of being in the world. Um, but I think the new level of understanding that I've got around that is just how deeply that's encoded something in my nervous system. And the concept of, because the nervous system is such a hot topic these days, and how to regulate the nervous system and things like that, it's like to actually be able to see the nervous system as really outdated technology for the way we're living our lives, and yet we are still bound by it. It's still our operating system. So being able to understand it as defunct software that you still have to work with, um, being able to then go, okay, well, that encoded my nervous system, but I do have choice to then stretch beyond that or stretch the capacity of my nervous system. And so it was less about blaming or fault finding or anything like that, and more about saying, well, this is just the package that my system came with, or how I was, programmed, but I can program myself anew.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's so empowering. I love that because that work is so big and relevant, I feel, when
Mm,
we kind of are talking about regulation and I'm like, no, we just need to stretch past its limitation. It's such a
mm,
like it's it's a relief for me, I think. And I think for many people to know that we can work with it, but we have to understand what it is.
yeah.
Instead of it being something that we think is flexible and we can kind of mold it on the spot, we have to really stretch to breaking point. And I think that's a really good question because a lot of the time, like there'll be a reflection around something that it's like, let's go here next. And obviously, always it's about free will and you seeing where you want to go, but there's always that kind of offer to go there. How has that felt having that kind of like, oh, you could go that way and stretch there to help with that expansion?
Well, that's exactly what I was looking for, what I needed. When I said yes, I knew I needed someone to be able to see those spaces and say, well, you're here to do this work. This is where you need to go. And I could just put my big girl pants on and say, this is what I signed up for. Let's go. Now's the time. So yeah, really, really invaluable. I know it's really confronting for many, and at times it's been somewhat confronting, but more it was just that feeling of my nervous system going, oh no, and I'm going, yes, yes, we're going there.
I love that. It's so powerful. And then,
Yeah.
like, coupled with that, because when we touch that nervous system stretch, all that fear and pain begins to get really activated. How did it feel to really, I suppose, get that understanding in the consciousness method around what fear and pain is and how to work with that? I feel like that for some people is a really big piece to kind of being like, okay, I'm going there and this is why and
Mm.
this is how. How did you
Mm.
find that part?
Um, I found that intellectually it made sense initially, but feeling it in the body is a completely different experience. And I've done enough somatic work to kind of be okay in my internal space, and I'm quite attuned to the internal sensations in my body and being able to go there. But I think it allowed me to go deeper than I've ever gone before. And I mean, even today, even this morning, doing a whole other process and touching on something that I feel like I've touched on before, but feeling it at a whole new level than I have before, and really sinking into that new awareness and seeing how it just dictates so many of my patterns of behavior and thoughts and feelings and all of it, and just seeing that dance play out. But yeah, so it's been to just go deeper and to just trust that working through that process, you do come out the other side with a whole new understanding of who you are and how you've designed your life. And what's really underneath it all, I suppose, what we're running away from.
Yeah.
Run towards it. Instead of away, you run towards.
Yes. And that's
dive right in.
It's almost like we're all like kind of everyone in the mentorship's like, okay, we're going for it. And it kind of everyone's like, I can see the portal. I'm going to go. And everyone's sort of going kind of together, like in their own space and time. But it's almost like we are not alone going towards the pain, and we are not going to turn away, because that's where the liberation comes. And I love how you just said, you know, that's where the awareness comes and it opens up life, because that's when we get that new level of consciousness and we're like, wow, that was all trapped in that design pattern. Like, oh my God, what a relief to see that and feel that and be free from that, really, be alive in it. Even if we can't always go, oh, it's completely complete, because we're always evolving through it, at least we know where we're at in that. We're not kind of in the dark, blindly going, oh, I don't know where I'm going. Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah. And it's almost realizing when you go deep enough and you can find a really big piece, it just suddenly, all the little pieces that you thought were separate pieces and all the little bits of work that you thought you'd have to do actually kind of can coalesce to one realization that's actually underneath it all, spiraling outwards.
That's so powerful. And then you know you've got the little bugger, you've got the pain portal, and you're like, oh, I've got you. And now all those things that have kind of manifested out of you are kind of collapsing back to you, because I get it now. So big.
Yeah.
And Steph, there's just this piece that you've been working on this morning that I just think, like, I've been there. I just think so many humans have been there. Do you mind just sharing a little bit about what that was like for you to find that and what that is?
Yeah. So I feel like I've been dancing around this and I've touched on it previously, but not really known to go a little deeper into it. And I found this piece through a pain and fear process through doing a meditation. And it was this second time around that I've been working with the same original trigger, original awareness of this pattern of holding too much for other people out of wanting to control my experience. And through going through the process and going deeper into the body and allowing the sensations to arise, and just being okay with that, and still asking myself what was below it, and what came up has been the deep pain that I've had my whole life about just being alone, just being alone in this world, in this experience of being a human being, and how the pain of that, and almost not understanding why, you know, there's so much meaning that comes from that. It's like, well, why do I feel this way? And there's something wrong with me for feeling this way. And, you know, my life has been great. My childhood was actually really quite a lovely childhood. Sure, it had its stuff, but, you know, so it's not like I had an incident in my life. So it's in some ways, you know, there's been so much justification or making wrong, but the real thing is just that I feel so deeply alone and longing for meaningful connection and to not feel alone. And so many of my behaviors and my searching in this world is to try and fill that gap when I can never fill that gap outside myself. And the reality is that I am alone. And so that new awareness is just all these pieces that I could see as different areas or different aspects of addiction or looping, or they're all ways of escaping this one thing. And so to find this piece is actually like finding gold. as painful as it is, it's like finding a little bit of gold. And yeah.
I've got full goosebumps because it's huge.
Yeah.
Because as you say, then when you're not seeking it outside of yourself and you're safe with that pain within you, it is like, that's the ultimate liberation. That's like the truth from that original fracture of us coming into the separation. It's like,
Yeah.
whoa, we are safe to be with ourself. And that is, if that when that piece kind of connects, like the connectivity, not the separation, but the connectivity happens there, the imprint on reality is so different because you're not seeking anything outside of you, yet you're so willing to have the experience of everything. And you're free to.
Yeah.
Oh, still.
To watch this space, still evolving.
Still evolving. And honoring you for going there, because it's tough to go to that original fracture. Like that deep pain one, it's a really big one and it's very well protected. It's like got a fortress around it.
Oh, yeah. So many ways of avoiding it.
Yeah. And you've just had the clarity and the knowing that you need to go there.
Yeah.
And it's just to reflect, like to find that awareness around, you know, that you're always having to give and you're always having to hold it all. That part, I feel it was like so big because energetically in your body, that's sort of being the survival mode to pull everyone's things into you to fill you up so you don't feel alone, right? And then it becomes an experience in itself, that the depletion and the lack of freedom and the kind of the overwhelm and the density is there in that holding of everything, yet it's like it's a survival mode. You need to hold everything to avoid the pain of being nothing in yourself, right?
Yeah.
Such an incredible unraveling that happens when you go deep, deep, deep below, and you can feel it in your consciousness, right? You've gone, show me below this, and keep like the digging, like it's not just like the top level. It's like, keep showing me that pain and fear.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's big. And how have you liked being with the community? Like, how's that felt to kind of be journeying with the other people here?
I've really loved it, actually. And I re-listen to the calls quite regularly because I love hearing other people's stories. And it's almost like it is like a little family and hearing everyone's stories. And, you know, you hear a piece on one call and you really want to find the follow-up call to see how they've gone. Because we're all on this journey together. And I feel a sense of loss because I am going to be taking a pause from the mentorship soon. And the biggest piece that is like, but I don't want to leave the community. I'm going to miss everyone.
I know. It's like we become like, it's like for your family because everyone is. And this is the other thing, because I think there's some people that are a bit like, oh, group work, not sure whether I'm going to get what I need, not sure if I'm going to have the shift that I need in a big group. What would you say to that kind of concern?
Well, that concern arose quite strongly for me, not initially, because initially I came into the group where there was only a couple of people that I actually knew already in the mentorship, and I felt comfortable with those people. But over time, there's been more and more people in my community that I live in that have been joining. And some of those people I haven't necessarily had close relationships with. And it's almost been a feeling of like, ooh, I feel a little more exposed. And yet I feel like that hasn't been an issue. And if anything, I feel like it's brought me closer to my neighbors and to other people in my community that I wouldn't have otherwise. And it's in an authentic way. It's actually seeing each other's real, you know, raw edges. And it's actually a really beautiful thing. And so I feel more heart connected to the people around me than I would have otherwise. And so it's like, if you go there, the rewards are there. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I love that, Steph. It's so true, because there's that sense, I think, of like will I be able to be seen and heard and felt in my own experience? And I think there is like that space to have that, but also then be reflected by so many other humans that are going through very like similar design patterns. That you're like, wow, I'm not alone in that, which I love that part, to be honest.
Yeah, absolutely. I learn from other people's experiences all the time. Every call, there's someone where I'm like, oh, that bit. Yeah.
So good. And I suppose just finally, if someone's listening to this and thinking, maybe they want to like shift up and find like step into purpose or really just unlock some of those deeper pieces, what would you say to them about the mentorship?
If you're looking for the thing that's going to get you there, this is it. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Just do it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing that. And I'm so excited for you because very soon I can imagine you having your own podcast. And the spinal energetics aspect that you're bringing through. I've had a session with you and it was just incredible, just unlocked so much, and so much of the unseen. The body's holding so much. And I think for me there is, you know, a bit of a kind of a synergy with the modality that you bring, because it's very much about accessing and unlocking where it's unconscious in the body and releasing through the body. So I think it's such a beautiful gift to have you in the community and be offering this. So thank you so much.
Yeah. It is very aligned work. And if anything, I feel like I've better understood what I'm doing with people with spinal energetics by doing the mentorship, because it's the underpinning concepts are the same. And the language is the same. It's just we're accessing it through spinal energetics. We are accessing it through the physical body and through the energetic body of the individual to find those areas of unconsciousness and bringing consciousness to that and allowing their own system to unravel that in whichever way it wants to unravel on that day. And it's really such an honor to do the work with people and see what arises. It's amazing work.
Same. Oh, thank you so much, Steph, for your beautiful words and beautiful voice and beautiful journey. I feel very honored to have walked with you, and I get to see you at retreat. So
yes, absolutely.
I'm so excited. Are you excited for retreat?
I am. Yeah.
What are you excited about so people can hear? I'd love you to share.
I'm excited about the Kundalini again, actually. I really enjoyed the Kundalini session last time, and I really got my Kundalini energy moving. And I'm not frightened by that. I'm like, bring it on. So I'm very much looking forward to that again. I'm also very excited that I'm going with Morgan, with my husband this time. And so that'll just be, we're making a weekend of it, and it's just going to be great. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so excited. Yeah, because we've got Claire. Claire's coming home from Egypt like the week before. Mm-hmm. So Claire and I will be doing the Kundalini activation together, and I think she's going to be absolutely on fire. Literally completely charged up with the Kundalini force. And so I think that room will be incredible to be in. I can't wait. So yay. Thank you, Steph. Much love to you.
Allura. Thank you. Much love to you. Absolutely. Yeah, it's been great.
What a ride.
Yeah.
Whole new human.
It's been an absolute pleasure to spend this time with you, and to say thank you, I'd like to share with you 3 beautiful meditations to explore your core wounding and a collection of masterclasses. You'll find these in your show notes. And if you feel the synergy to this path, know that it is available to you also.